All right, here we are with this amazing group of people, and I am going to pin myself. All right, here we go. Welcome, everyone. I am Suzanne Taylor King. I am the community founder of the Idea Lab, and I love that title so much because it means I'm doing something near and dear to my heart. Creating community, creating a space for like minds to come together. So if you're here in this room, it's because we've connected at a deeper level, made one of those connections, no matter how short or how long, you mean something to me. And that's why you're here. And that's why you're going to see what I have planned for this community that I am creating. And I'm hoping with all of your answers to what you feel community means to you, I'm hoping you're going to see a piece of that in what I'm describing. And I promise to be done before 1 o'clock today and leave room for questions. If you have to hop off and you have questions for me, just reach out. Most of you have my phone number. If you don't, reach me through the Idea Lab community or email, however is fine. I'm going to share my screen and show you I never make PowerPoints, but you're going to be impressed because I actually made one for today, which is not like me, but I had a lot to say and I wanted to do it in a really concise way. Can everybody see it? Thumbs up. All right. I created this logo. I'm very proud of this logo. And I'm here today to ask you to unlock the key in community, and that I believe is collaboration. All right, so the 3 unique ways I am going to invite you to unlock that collaborative community is number 1, learning, teaching, and sharing your unique gifts that you talked about today. Number 2, resources, courses, and events. I believe community is created through sharing resources, going to courses where you learn something with like-minded people, or going to events like this on Zoom or in person. Third, community really is created with community. So what that means is you have to actually be intentional about it. It's created through coming together, connection in a space, and actually fostering those unique conversations. And then the collaboration piece, I believe, is key. And like Paula mentioned, it's not give to receive. Collaboration is not collaborate to receive, but it's more about lifting each other up, which I loved that piece of it. All right, here's what the future comes in my head. This is what I see for the Idea Lab. 100,000 to 1 million entrepreneur members.
Suzanne, your
What?
slides are not moving.
What? They're not?
Nope.
I didn't even, sorry, that should be me helping you, but
No, I was
I didn't,
advancing them.
yeah, they're not showing.
Which one do you see right now?
We're on slide 1.
Oh, crap.
I was simply going to comment on how concise it is.
Smart Alec.
One slide presentation is my favorite.
That's usually my MO too, like totally one slide. All right, let me see why this is not working.
And I can also edit your recording if you need me to.
Okay, we can try that. I'm just going to download my slides. Hold on. And then I'll share with you. Sorry about that.
Thanks for calling that out because I was just, I was hanging on every word. I wasn't really expecting it to be.
Whoever called that out, and I was actually going to call it out, but I actually did a presentation where I went through the whole presentation and nobody told me my slides were not advancing. And then they asked me to re-record it so they would have it. So,
Oh no.
yeah.
Oh no.
So kudos to the person who realized that they were not advancing.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, it's downloading. Thank you.
This is why we
Thank
do
you.
tech check and dry runs.
I did this
Oh, you
morning.
did?
I did,
Oh,
but it was
that's about
advancing
me.
for me. I didn't know it was going to not advance for everybody else in the room. Oh, it looks like, well, this is a pain in the butt. Okay, now I got it. Okay, thanks, guys. Let me share my screen. And that's not working now. Okay. Another great lesson on why I normally don't do PowerPoints. Okay, we were on that screen. Everybody
I have a
can.
feeling you might be sharing the wrong screen, but
No, I'm not. I'm sharing
Okay.
the PDF now because I couldn't share it the
so
other
that's
way.
easier.
Okay.
There you
So
go.
this was the second slide where I described the 3 unique ways where we're going to unlock community. Next is the future vision. 100,000 to 1 million entrepreneur, small business owner, and service provider members. The future also includes 1,000 experts like you in this room, each with a unique talent. 100 community partners, which I'll explain what that means, 1,000 courses to pick from, and over 250 events monthly. Based on those numbers, this is a community for 4 different levels of entrepreneurs, from just starting out to $5 to $10 million a year, who all can benefit from being in the same room learning from each other. Now, here's the way that breaks down the 4 different types of members. Members at the top left can post in threads, get a discount on all the courses, attend events, and access the vault of content. Idea Lab partner can host a thread, share links, host events, and access the vault. A founding expert, which is the first 10 experts who want to partner with me to actually grow this community with their people as well. So a truly collaborative community. They'll help me guide and grow the community in partnership and develop a course for all new experts and new members to take with a revenue share in that course. And then the experts after that first 10 will be able to have a thread, a group, share content, host events, and have paid courses and events. Now, here's what the breakdown is, what the benefits are as a community member, and the free forever plan, and then the $97 a month plan. Founding expert, and the first 10, what that looks like. And I'll definitely share this with you if you want more information. But as an expert, what I'm proposing is not for you to pay to be an expert, but to actually contribute to the growth of the community once a year. So that money will go to advertising, marketing, sharing the community, a community manager to help us grow. A community partner, same thing, a one-time fee, one-time forever fee for the posting of their partnership, and they will have a chance to contribute to summits and in-person events in the future. And then after we have our first founding experts, the community expert feature will go to a monthly fee, which will include a mastermind and some other revenue share opportunities. Okay, this is what's in it for you as a founding expert. You get to work directly with me to grow a collaborative community. And there's 3 distinct ways for you to make money. So you can host your own paid events with an external link to pay. So the Idea Lab takes none of that from you. You post an event, you share it with the community, it gets promoted by me and the Idea Lab with more social media profiles to come. And it links directly to your website with your link to pay. You can also host paid courses with an external link to pay. So that means if you already have a learning platform, then you can use that existing content to promote it in our community. Or you can partner with me to do events for a 60-40 split, 60 you, 40 the Idea Lab. And then the Idea Lab will help you promote and share and advertise, whether you need strategy or you just need a JV partner to share those events. Okay, what else as a founding expert? You get a monthly mastermind with me to grow and scale your own personal business. You get inner circle connections like the people in this room, all my people, anytime. A private area to grow your own community. So that means your own thread in the Idea Lab, just like a Facebook group within a Facebook group, you have that own area just for your own business. And then coming in 2023, a virtual summit. Also coming in 2023, a retreat. And in 2024, events around the country, whether it's a convention style event, a speaking event, or a retreat done for a corporation. And I also, any coach who's here, I'm also inviting to talk to me about opportunities to coach groups of future experts in 2023. Okay, coming soon by January, the vault will be complete, and that's 4 levels of business growth content. If you'd like to contribute to that, even if you're not an expert, if you'd like to contribute something to the vault, please see me after class. A LinkedIn business page is coming, an experts forum for you all to stay connected, and an Instagram account, and like I said, a community manager. That person will be here in the community helping, supporting, and with your tech issues, getting content submitted or a course up and running, for example. And my little motivation for today, you're not here to be average, you're here to be awesome. I'd love you to do it collaboratively with me with this idea. So if we're going to grow this together, we need to plant the seeds, and that's where we are right now. We are in the seedling stage of the Idea Lab, and since July, we've had 103 incredible entrepreneurs join us. By partnering together, I believe by the end of this year, we could have close to 1,000 entrepreneurs in our community. So I'm going to come off screen share, take your questions, get into conversation about what my vision is for creating here. Anyone?
I appreciate the level of thought you put into this.
Thank you.
You're not winging it.
No, not this time.
Not this time. Have y'all seen that Facebook quote? I'll just wing it, says me about something I most definitely should not wing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I appreciate that level of focus and
Thank you.
intentionality. Makes
Thank
a world
you.
of difference.
Thank you. No, this has been a big vision of mine for a long time. It started over 2-3 years ago with my Facebook community, and social media just does not lend itself to create this level of community support and diversity of content. So, a Facebook group is great, but it doesn't allow you to have courses and documents and events and a Facebook feed style thing happening. And then the networking feature that I'm so passionate about, for those of you that have been in the community for more than 30 days, the first second of the month, you get an email that introduces you to another community member. And that's all based on uses artificial intelligence and your profile to connect people relevant to you. So right now at 100 members, you know, I have tons of room to introduce people. But imagine at 1,000 members, you could actually be getting introduced to somebody like that weekly. And it would still be a variety of different people. So I'm just really excited about that. All right, any questions, insights, anything you want to share?
I have a question about who, like right now we're a community, it seems to me, of, you know, coaches, right? Coaches, consultants, that kind of thing. As you grow this, are you expanding the ideal community member here, or does that remain sort of the same kind of?
No,
Same thing.
ideally, I'd love to expand it with whoever your ideal client is. So for you, Melissa, if it's, say, realtors, let's expand it with a group of realtors. And, you know, for most of us, we do focus on entrepreneurs and small business owners. But I could see definitely service providers, a local small business who has an online presence. I would love that.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Suzanne, amazing and so exciting. And I'm going to talk offline with you with something that's in my head. But my question to you is, as you're attracting more and more people, which is just going to happen, so that was kind of for us, right? As the
Yes.
experts and the collaborative, what does it look like for, you know, Mary, who is one of my clients and she just needs more business support than I can give her? And I'm like, oh, you should join Suzanne's group. What does it look like for her?
Well, it looks free forever for her to come into the group and benefit from the events, the conversations, any feeds that are created by any of the experts, whether Melissa has a feed, Laura has a feed. She can come and enjoy the benefits of that information. So, you know, 20 Facebook groups in one place. And she can filter through that information based on topic. Or you know, join one of the accountability groups or the mastermind groups. And if you want to lead something yourself as an expert, you're more than welcome to do that as well.
And to speak from experience, we have several of my contacts that are, you know, new to entrepreneur life and don't really know how to navigate in building a community. You know, they're like, I'm retired or I'm a stay-at-home mom and I don't know how to make those connections because I'm either on lockdown or, you know, the kids are running here to there, and it has been pivotal at making those connections for those folks. And you know, it's really changed their lives. And I just think, you know, some of them become one-on-one coaching clients. And I know that some of the expertise that some of you have really truly would benefit those types of individuals. So they may not be as plugged in 100% of the time, but they know that resource is there. And the more that they benefit from it, the more they're going to utilize it. So I've seen it work for sure in just these few months. Because Facebook really has made it difficult. We had this whole community on Facebook, and you're not getting notified even if your notifications are on. They change your notifications of all to highlights, and it really has made it difficult for us to grow there. So, you know, seeing Suzanne be able to take and pivot in this way, she was telling me what she was doing, and I was just couldn't envision it like she saw it. And so to see it come to fruition has really been, you know,
Thank you.
it's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Suzanne, I got a question about the platform itself. So
Yeah.
great to see the vision come together here. And thanks for that presentation. With the 100 something people you've got in the platform right now, what, if you just look at the analytics, how are people using it? What kind of activity are you seeing coming out of it right now?
I can actually pull up the numbers. It's really cool. There's built-in analytics right in the community, which is really cool. So it's just repopulating them right now. So here's what we look like with 103 members. This is how they're using the features, looking at threads, DMing, which that's possible between all the members, looking at documents, voice calls, which I've only hosted one. I didn't mention that feature. If you have your own thread, you can actually have a Clubhouse style room within your thread. And then the directory is not being used at all. So when I saw that last month, I thought, well, that's definitely, I need to put a training video together on how to use the threads, how to use the DMs, how to use the directory to find the people that you just met in, the networking connection call. So scrolling down a little bit further, this is the time before it takes for users to engage with a thread. And this is how long, 2 minutes, first emoji, 42 minutes, first comment. That's down a little bit as we've gone up in members. And then platform usage, this shows me how many go to the URL, how many use the mobile app, and how many use the desktop app. So if you're on a Mac computer, you can have an app on your computer that's right in your little toolbar. You can download the mobile app for your phone, or you can access, you don't have to download anything, you can access right from the Idea Lab URL. Is that helpful, Larry? So we can continue. This would definitely be something that we talked about if you are a partner or a community expert who's helping grow the community with me, with your people. Then that's something that we would go over at the monthly meeting. We would say, look, this is where we're down, this is where we're up, this is how many new members. That would definitely be something we would review. And then there's activity monitor, and it's pulling the numbers right now. So this is real time. This kind of shows us activity hotspots, lurking or engagement, and it's refreshing. So it shows what time of the day engagement is, public conversations versus DMs. And then every month I give my top oh, look at this. Mr. Mike O'Neill's on the call. So I give little award to the top users. And this is kind of cool to be able to go in and look and see, hey, are some of my members the top users? And then there's engagement. This is giving us the community stats, how many people are logging in each day, how many people are looking at threads, and how many direct messages. So that'll definitely be part of, the conversation that we have as collaborative community growers, for sure. Any other questions?
Suzanne, I had a question. Mike was just curious regarding going back to having that thread of your own. And it kind of dawned on me that right now I'm really frustrated with Facebook and being able to take the community that I have there or the group that I have there and move them over to the platform. And then just being able to use it in that capacity. So inviting my people that are in my group to come over there and use it from in that perspective, because that's something that I plan on growing. Is there any limitation with obviously the amount of people that you could have in that private group?
No, there's no limit. Okay. And the cool part is, so if you're like Laura and you have a Facebook community or an email list community that you would like to convert into the Idea Lab, that's totally something I would love to explore. And basically your invite link, we would create a custom link that would either invite people just to your thread or invite people to the free portion of the Idea Lab and your thread. So they would only see the content that you wanted to invite them to. And that would be your custom invite link. And, I'm happy to explore all of the different options there individually, depending on what, your needs are, if you're interested.
So there's a little bit more control from the perspective of being an expert, and if you have that thread, you have a little bit more. I don't want to say control because that's not what I want. I want my people to be tapped into the community as well, and it just seems like a better place to bring them where they're having better connections and using it in that respect. So I like the option of having them just on the thread or inviting them to the community as well. So thank you.
Yeah. And, within your thread, you can have a feed, you could have a voice room, you could have a spot where they can message you directly, for Q&A time. You could have an events tab where you post your weekly or monthly event. You could also share resources, content, replays. So really it's pretty custom what could be in your thread, unlike a Facebook group. And Paula asks, she has a community of 1,400 members with lots of activity that you paused. Yes, let's just talk about what that would look like for you, Paula. And if they're interested in just being in your thread, we can absolutely create that if you're one of the experts, and also incorporate it to the rest of the community.
And that's interesting because we have, so one of the other things that I do, I'm in network marketing and I work for Pure Haven. It's a non-toxic skincare, home care baby line, made in Rhode Island. And we had a community of anywhere from 4,000 to 5,000 people. And we had a very interactive, we would stream our Zoom meetings where we would do trainings on like breast cancer awareness and things to eliminate and all that. And people stopped being able to see our content because if they were not actively looking at that group, they were no longer able to see what was in it. And it's killed our direct sales business. That's the way that you're able to connect with people right now because people are still scared to be out in the open. And, I think something like this is really going to be beneficial. I've seen what it's done for the Idea Lab folks who wanted to be engaged. Some people probably wonder what happened to all of us, but we just have to usher people into a new way of doing things. And, who pivots better than an entrepreneur? So.
Well, I think that's the beauty. When you really look at something Daniel said about improving the quality of your connections versus the quantity of your connections, when I had this vision for creating a community, I thought numbers. Like I need 25,000 people and I need this giant visibility. And it wasn't until much later in my entrepreneurial journey that I realized, oh, my clients don't come from that. Because of the nature of who I am and how I connect with people, that my clients stick around for 2 and 3 and 4 years. The mass social media appeal, like having followers is great, but that wasn't what was converting people to clients. It was really the personal connection, the conversations I was facilitating. And I started something on a whim a year ago, last October, that's turned into this monthly conversation and 1,200 coaches on my email list. Like, whoops, like who does that? Like I didn't anticipate the value of just connecting with people. Like, oh, you don't have to sign up, just meet me on Zoom and we're going to have these conversations. And now I'm thinking, wow, that's amazing. And how do we reverse engineer that and create something even bigger? It has to be this collaborative mindset involved. If we're going to all attract more clients, it's a way to be different. And to me, different in today's marketplace is what's going to be your differentiation factor, you know? So I could go on and on. Well, thanks, Paula. We'll talk. Melissa says yes, different. Thank you. Any other questions or any other insights? I'm going to stop record.